I nearly fell victim to a hack due to ads on Google's search page. I'm creating this video to raise awareness about this issue to help ensure it doesn't happen to you. Often, we're too focused on other tasks that we are on autopilot, making us susceptible to sudden risks. I'm a long-time user of Notion, the productivity app. Pretty sure most of you have heard of it. I've also been a user of ad blockers, but recently I have disabled all my ad blockers because of YouTube's push to stop people from using them. I thought I might give it a go, as it was getting annoying having to try and find out different vendors for ad blockers that would work with YouTube. And so I did that. And here I am, a few months down the line, searching for Notion in Google search. And there it is, the first link right there. Looks legit, doesn't it? I click on it, I'm met with this cloned website that looks like Notion. I don't realize that this is a spoof website because I'm fiddling with my phone at the same time. I try and click on the login, and all of a sudden, an exe file is downloaded to my machine. And I kinda got taken back by that. I thought certainly the Notion devs must have made some kind of a mistake. Then I clicked on the logo and I noticed I was taken to a strange domain like notion.something.pl. At first I thought I might be using a VPN since I noticed the .pl. I thought I might be routed through to Poland's Notion website, if that even exists. I quickly did a whois search and I noticed the domain was registered to an individual, and that site was hosted on Hostinger. And I know that Notion uses Cloudflare.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
I quickly realized that I have fallen victim to a malicious attack known as malvertising. Fortunately, I never opened the executable, so I promptly removed it, reinstalled my operating system and changed all my important passwords. Now I'm doing fine, but others haven't been so lucky. I started searching on forums about this issue with Notion, and surprise surprise, it has been ongoing for years. I want to stress out that this is not only a Notion issue. It can happen, and it is happening with any kinds of software that's out there. I mean, look at this chap. He installed this software, it asked him for his password and even terminal access. According to him, the attackers were able to replicate his browser. I am guessing they probably stole his session cookies, and that's how they gain access to his account. This is pretty insane of how easy it is for this to happen to anyone. Do you remember Linus Tech Tips hack? His channel got converted into a Tesla podcast with a link to a crypto scam. Attackers stole the cookies from one of his employees by luring him to open what looked like a PDF file, but was actually a screensaver file. So what exactly happened in my case? Well, I can't recall with complete certainty what the URL in the ad was. I could swear that it was notion.so, but then again, I was multitasking and probably didn't even notice. At the beginning I thought that the attackers must have published some kind of a page on Notion that redirects you to their malicious website, using something like this. But this is highly unlikely, as browsers these days have some form of a preventative measures against this, and Notion displays your embeds in an iframe, so that also adds a layer of protection. I've also considered Google Ads, where the final URL can differ from the display URL, but that again is unlikely because the domain for both URLs must be the same. So I may have just clicked on a similar domain to Notion with different top level and second level domains, but a subdomain of Notion. In any case, once the attackers lure you into the copy websites filled with spyware and malware, they trick you into entering usernames and passwords, or like in my case, download an executable file. And if you run an unknown file from these sites, the potential consequences are endless and all of them are bad. Let's shift our focus for a moment. I really want everyone to be aware that these threats exist. Even if you're a tech-savvy person, you can still fall for these attacks if you don't stay vigilant. The first step in protecting ourselves is to acknowledge that these dangers are out there. We can also utilize tools and security features such as enhanced safe browsing provided by Google, ironically. Probably using passkeys for our account could help prevent unauthorized access, but not all websites support this feature. Using MFAs could help, but then again, if the attackers steal your tokens, then you have nothing to do against that. I guess the most important thing is to educate yourself, stay informed about common online threats, uninstall any dodgy plugins, use antivirus software, and of course use common sense. Unfortunately, there are some instances where the antivirus programs fail to detect certain type of malware, as it was reported by some of the users in the forums. I find it astonishing that such deceptive practices exist and are so easy to fall victim to. Even though the domain must match for both URLs in the ad, it seems that Google isn't doing enough to prevent these issues. And now, after narrowly escaping a malvertising trap, I'll go back to my ad blocker and enjoy the rest of my day ad-free. Stay safe out there.